Hi friends and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been wondering what the F the planets have in store for you in the month of December, look no further. This is the reading for Gemini's Sun and Rising. And for your chart, I was looking at what your ruler Mercury is up to this month. And well, I think you guys have had a bit of confusion, some conflict coming your way. As I said in my video, I mean, you wouldn't know about it unless you follow me on Instagram, which you should, by the way. Mars retrograde in your sign meant still means a lot of restless energy, more restless than you guys usually are. Misunderstandings coming up and a bit of a sense of confusion. So it's not going to be any different in the month of December, but there are a few points in which you will be supported. And also, we are going to have Mercury retrograde in the sign of Capricorn at the end of the month. So if you guys have any big presentations coming up, if you have to sign any kind of documents, especially for Geminis, read the fine print very carefully and make sure you sign either next year or that you do it before the end of the month. So I would say like even before the holidays. So getting into it. So Mercury continues its opposition to Mars. I mean, it's how it is in the debut of the month. You guys don't really flare up so much. It's more of a sense of irritability that is coming up. A very strong sense of frustration because you are trying to get your message across and you have the impression that your interlocutors are just not able to follow your train of thought, or even worse, that they are very deliberately misunderstanding or twisting your words, which may come up, especially since this is stimulating your first and seventh house axis, and in the seventh house you have, amongst others, not only spouses and business associates, but also the so-called open enemies. So these are the people with whom you have like open disagreements, open feuds, and all of that. Like especially if it's somebody in the workplace or generally generally speaking, if it's somebody that you have marked as a sworn enemy in a very theatrical manner, and you cannot bring out your dueling pistols and settle it like gentlemen. I'm just kidding. And I know you guys love this. But that's the energy. It kind of feels like this, that you really want to take out like your glove and slap some sense into them and challenge them to a duel of, obviously, of wits. But it so happens that when you have, if you actually get into a confrontation, in the words of Eminem, when the words don't come out, you're the one who's going to be looking a bit silly. So I would say, before you get into any kind of confrontation, into any kind of arguments, and there is a predisposition for that, especially in the beginning of the month, and just try to bring yourself to a sense of calm. And I know that this is a very counterintuitive advice to a Gemini, like, listen more. Listen to what the other people are saying, and afterwards, like, think about what it is that you want to say, because you might actually be missing out on some very important points. The good thing is that Mercury is conjunct Venus, which means, and this is throughout the end of the month, it's a very beneficial placement, especially in the beginning of the month. You will be benefiting a lot from being direct without being harsh or rude. So you can actually try to engage in a little bit of diplomacy, especially with these people that you have obvious disagreements with. And towards the end of the month, as you move into as Mercury moves into the sign of Capricorn and is going to be forming a very nice conjunction with Pluto and with Venus. I would say that you will actually feel a bit more structured in your communication and in your thought process, and you are able to root out um, various problems that you've had. So you're going to be getting to the bottom of things. So think about anything that has been upsetting you this year, or at the very latest since the last retrograde transit, which would have been September, October, something like that. I know I'm an astrologer and I don't remember the retrogrades. Shame on me. But yeah, that's basically going to be highly beneficial for you. Now, in terms of other beneficial aspects that you can look out for or to be mindful of, this Mercury square Neptune in the beginning of the month is going to be giving you a little bit of trouble, because it's going to make you see things a bit unclearly, and you might actually feel inclined to react from that place. It would be very, very recommendable to actually stop, think, and then say something. But yeah, it's easy for you in this time to, in the beginning of the month especially, to misread situations or to misread cues. So the best thing is to just ask directly. Like, being direct this month is going to be in your favor, for better or for worse. Just saying, you can keep that in mind. Ask people what they meant. It's really, or what it is that they want. Just be upfront. They're not going to expect it, but they're probably going to be caught off so off guard that they're going to speak the truth. Or if they are lying, you will be able to notice it. So that's why I'm saying, for better or for worse, being direct and upfront is going to be to your best advantage. As it moves into, as the sign of Mercury moves into Capricorn, it's actually be going to forming a very nice sextile to Neptune towards the end of the month. So the same planet of illusion and fogginess, and of higher thought and intuition and all that, is going to be supporting you. So you might actually feel inspired. You may be getting really good ideas. You will notice that there is a better sense of flow in your communication style, and any kind of intellectual pursuits that you may have, or in the workplace, you are much sharper, you're much more focused. So keep that in mind. It's going to be working out in your favor at the end of the month. And any kind of disagreements that you've been experiencing in the beginning of the month, it's all going to get sorted out by the time the retrograde starts. So if you have any conflicts, or if you want to bury the hatchet with anybody, I would suggest you do it until the end of the month, because well, there will be a special video for Mercury retrograde, so stay tuned for that one. In the meantime, like, I'm looking at some areas of your life that are coming into focus now. So the house of partnerships, as I mentioned, is like really significant for you this season. You might be experiencing some disagreements with a partner, again, that you don't feel really well understood, or there's a sort of conflict. This is with partner, spouse, business associates. Just keep in mind that these close people to you are your mirrors. So like, whatever triggers you about them, there's actually something within you. So you are really invited to do a little bit of self-reflection and a bit of inner work on yourself, like, especially when it comes to these triggers, because they will show up a lot for you this month, at least in the very beginning of the month. Also, for those of you who are partnered up, if you have like any kind of joint ventures, or partnered up in the sense of like married or long-term relationship, or even business associates, so if you're in any of these categories, it would be good for you to submit any kind of tax claims before the end of the month, so at the very latest until the 28th of December. Why I'm saying this is because you will be benefiting greatly from the conjunction with Pluto, in the sense that, okay, maybe not right now, but you might be getting like a very nice return. next year or something, or whenever the claim is processed in your area. So I would actually suggest that you do that. It's like very favorable to you. Just like as for Taurus, like investments were very recommended, like in terms of like reaping the rewards for you guys. If you actually submit some tax claims, it's actually going to be working out in your favor if you do it early. If you wait until next year, it might not actually be so beneficial. So just saying. If you're planning any kind of travel or studies, it's like a green light from the universe. It's like, go. It's going to be very beneficial to you. And in terms of career, this one is like going to be slightly tricky, at least in the beginning of the month, because if I can see that you are dreaming of opportunities for advancement, and I have the feeling that for some of you there might be a woman blocking your path. You know who it is. It's a bit on the older side. Just keep in mind that it's nothing personal. This person has some ego issues that have nothing to do with you. And the best thing to do is actually to just wait it out and not say anything. So it is just best to wait if you can, because the situation is going to resolve itself. Especially once Neptune moves out of this retrograde period, it's going to be you'll see that it was actually for your highest good. Whatever happened in the workplace in terms of advancement, you're going to be seeing that, oh my God, I dodged a bullet. It's that kind of energy. And again, with Jupiter still in highlighting your house of career, you are going to be moved in the direction of making so much better decisions, and you're going to be so much happier for it. As a final note, two things. Harmony in the house. So I know that this was also the theme for Geminis and Taurus, but it's just in the chart. It's if you have any projects related to your home, or if you're hoping that if you want to have your family over, you can actually expect harmony around the holidays because of this benevolent placement in the fourth house. And pay attention to your dreams. If you kind of wake up in the middle of the night, you might want to keep like a journal next to you and see if you recall what you were thinking about, because you might actually get either crazy ideas or intuitive signs from your body. So like problems that you may have been neglecting for a long time, you might actually be able to identify the cause, like at the very least on a very intuitive primal level. You're going to have like some hints what the issue may be. Sorry about that. So Geminis, I think that this is about it for you. As I mentioned, for a complete overview of Mercury retrograde, I'm going to be doing a special separate video on that, but these are the general tendencies and vibes to watch out for in the month of December. And of course, if you have any kind of questions, like for more concrete information, put it down in the comments section and I will address it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.